Hey guys, welcome back. This is bike number 2 for my channel. This one here is a 1977 Honda XL125. Picked this up last summer for 800 bucks. Wasn't running. Really didn't need much other than just the turn signals and stuff, which I found on eBay and out at Mid-Ohio for their vintage swap meet. And yeah, just needed the carb cleaned and all the normal stuff. The tank was already spotless. The chrome was kind of pitted on the rear rim, which I'm still going to try to clean up a little bit more. But other than that, it was a pretty solid bike. This one doesn't need nearly as much as the DT250 that I'm also working on, which I'm kind of waiting on some better weather so I could do some painting on the parts for that. But that one's in a million pieces right now, and I figure, well, that one's down, just waiting for some good weather to degrease and repaint. I'll start tinkering with this one. Basically, just needs some electrical work done on it. And I'm going to do a seat cover and some cosmetic stuff too. So I figured I'd start documenting this one as well. Trying to clean up these wires a little bit so I can see what colors are which. Most of this stuff's already hooked up though, so that's good. It's really just turning in or hooking up the turn signals and the headlight and a couple other things that were unhooked from the previous owner for unknown reasons. According to my wiring diagram, I'm hooking up the two front signals. The left front is supposed to have a green cable going to it, green wire. This one's out of a different bike or a possibly different year. I just found it at a swap meet, so I figured I'd change the bulbs for a 6-volt system. But this one came with an orange wire. But according to the wiring diagram, it's supposed to go into the plugs with the other orange wires, so this kind of works out. So I'm just going to plug that into here with these ones. Easy enough. Get that in there. Okay. Then the right front is supposed to have a light blue color wire, which it does. It's got a tag on it. This one's going to go into in with the other light blue colored wires right here. So like that. Okay. And then now it's just a matter of me finding the some of the lights for the indicator box here. That would be under here that you really can't see right now, but it's behind the speedometer. yeah, that's pretty much straight. It's pretty straightforward. After that, you just plug in, just color coded with the rest of them. So let me jump over to that. All right, so I got the signals hooked up and the horn, and I'm just gonna put the headlight on here. And once my battery comes in, I'll be able to test all this stuff out up front. I still got to check out the back ones, but that should be pretty straightforward too. So I'll move over to there after this. All right, sorry for the rambling on that last section there. I'm just trying to figure this out for myself. According to the wiring diagram that I got here, the green wire with the yellow stripe and the brown wire, and also this ground wire here, are going to be for the tail light, which I still have to get sorted out. I got to get a wire made for it, and an extension for the other two that are on there currently. The flasher relay is the gray and the black wire, which is already hooked up, so I don't have to do anything there. And the rear flashers, that's pretty much it. So you have a ground wire coming out of there, which I didn't see at first, and then the other color-coded wire, which just have to go into their respective plugs for that to make that work. And then once I get a battery, it will go onto this harness, and then I can start testing the lights out. So I just got to wait for that battery to come in. Okay, let's see if we got lights. All right, as of now, I only have a horn that works. So none of the lights are coming on. It's very likely that this could be burned out. But I'm going to check the bulbs on the turn signals, because they might be 12-volt bulbs, and this is a 6-volt system. So that's what I'm going to do next. Hmm, 1073. I think that's the wrong bulb. Okay, I got all the lights figured out. Some of the bulbs were burned out, and some of these wires were just needed cleaned up and reattached. So fired it up, got headlight, high beam, low beam, turn signals, horn, tail light, and turn signals. The only thing I got to check on is if this bike has running lights, I guess you could say, because the turn signals stayed on, but if I were to flip the switch, they blink when they're supposed to on the right side and everything. So I don't know if these years had running lights, so I'm gonna have to check on that. But yeah, everything is good to go. I'm gonna have to get a new flasher relay for this. This is actually off my other bike. Just gonna clean all this up, put her back together. Good way to check if these speedometers work without having to spin the wheel too quickly on the bike. You take a drill with a fitting that kind of square edge, like, see if you can see that. Almost the same shape as the cable that goes in there. Just throw that right in there. Spin her up. This one works. So that tells me the cable's bad or the worm gear on the wheel. So I'm going to check that out next. All right, and that's about going to do it for part 1 of the XL125 refresh. If you stuck with me this far, I appreciate it. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. You'll get notified when part 2 comes out. And that's just going to be buttoning up all the stuff that I took off and painting things and fixing the speedo and exhaust and everything else. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks again for the support.